You buy 2 scarves for $15 each. How much do you spend? Write the expression. Somebody tell me up here what to write. What am I going to write, Esri?
15 times 2.
Okay, my expression is 15 times 2. That's the expression. The biggest difference between an expression and an equation is there is no equal symbol. Okay? Now, if I ask you to simplify this expression, you're actually going to be solving. Am I correct? So how many, and if we look at this, we should have underlined here and here and circled this one. Do we agree?
Yes.
How much?
Do we have
She says it's going to be 7 minutes.
Okay. Pardon?
do we practice for someone to do that under?
For a little while, I want you to. Okay? So what's the total? How much did you spend? How much did you spend, Roper?
$30.
Good. What if, I can't cancel it from here though. Dang it. Because I could print it. No, now I've already started writing on it. I could still print it. Why don't I print it? If I do it though, am I going to mess people up by doing it? Yeah, I will, because they're going to tag me there, but, oh, okay. I'll just have to wait. All right. Look at the second one. It takes 15 minutes to bike 5 miles. How long does it take you to bike 1 mile? Somebody come up here, and I want you to do our underlining and our circling. So, go underline the important figures and circle the question. And when you get a copy of the notes, you guys will go back and do that, okay? Okay? Good job. You guys agree?
Yeah.
All right. Popcorn out to somebody that's not been at the board. They're going to go up and write the expression. Okay, what you just said was 5 divided by 15. Ladies and gentlemen, is he correct the way he is right now? Is 15 divided by 5 going to tell you how long it takes to bike 1 mile? Or per mile? Okay, good job. I agree. Now, if you're going to just write the expression, though, now this would be to do the work, right? But if you're going to write the expression, you're going to say, this is my expression. Okay? This may be how you work it, but this is the expression. Does that make sense? And that was the piece that today they couldn't find, right? On your homework on D&E? Yeah. So I want to make sure that you don't do it again, okay? All right, good job. Oh, by the way, you can have your calculators. Go get them. Go get your calculators. Because at this point, I want to know, do you understand how to solve it, not can you multiply or divide? Your student ID number matches your calculator number. Do what? Those are more advanced. You guys don't get those yet. 7th and 8th grade use these things. Okay, so how long does it take you to bike 1 mile? How long is it taking you? How long, Josie?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Is she correct?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Well, we'll work on it. Very good, Josie. I'm gonna make that there a little bit bigger. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here at number 4. 4 friends split a lunch bill for $24. How much does each person spend? Josie, will you popcorn to somebody and let somebody go up and do our underlining and stuff? Somebody that's not been at the board. So what are you going to underline? Just go ahead and do it. Do what you think. There, hey, good job. Now, what do you circle? Okay, and I'm going to add something to this one. How much what? How much? This is a very big question right here. Each person. Because that each could be transferred to this word. Per person. How much per person? And what does the word per tell you your operation's going to be? What is that word per going to tell you the operation has to be in this case? What's it going to be, Braden?
Divide.
Yeah, that word per says to divide. That's key, right? Popcorn out. Somebody else needs to write the expression. Now you don't, yeah, okay, that works. That works. Ladies and gentlemen, do you agree?
Yeah.
24 divided by 4. Nice job. Who are you going to choose? Now, we talked a while ago, though, about an expression doesn't have an equal, so I don't even have to have this. An expression does not have an equal sign. It's an equation when I put the equal sign. Okay? Okay, who are you choosing to help you? Roper. Everybody else, get it done. Hang tight, Roper. I want to make sure they all get it done. You ought to be able to show me with your fingers before he turns around, okay? All right, go ahead, Roper. Okay, but what is that? Is 6 what I'm looking for? Okay, it's tough, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go here, okay, buddy? And this is what I heard you say. Right? Here, you're gonna get to keep that for a second. Is that right? $6? Have we answered the question?
Yeah.
Sure have. $6 if we wanted to say, we could say, okay? All right. You have traveled 70 miles for a 200-mile trip. How much farther do you have to travel? Would you choose somebody that hasn't been to the board and let them go do the circling and the underlining?
Chance.
Okay, Chance. Get the marker from me. Miss Shelley, do you think we've had enough?
It's my fault. I tied it up with some reading stuff. Get some, you get some, okay?
Use your pencil and go back and fill it in, okay? Use your pencil and go back and fill your notes in so you've got what you need. Okay, Chance says you have he underlined 70 and 200. How much farther? Okay, good. Oh, okay. And here's some, you've got one too if you want, okay? All right, plus I think we've got some kiddos absent maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Chance, would you pick somebody that's gonna write our expression for us? Use the eraser and fix it, bud. There we go. He says 200 minus 70. Is he correct?
Yeah.
Is that going to tell us how much farther we have to go?
Yeah.
Thumbs up if you agree. Good job. Would you please popcorn to somebody that hasn't been there? Brayden, have you been to the board yet? Okay. So, how much farther do you have to travel, Brayden? You do not have to fill in the notes, just put their name on it. They need to go watch the video to do your notes. Brayden says 130 miles. Do we agree with him? Thumbs up if you agree. Thumbs down if you disagree. All right, nice job, Brayden. May I have that, though? Because that's going to be all that I get up for right now. Okay. Now, I want you to make sure that you've gone back and you've filled in your notes on everything that we've done. Okay? That way you have a sample of what your process should be. Now, are story problems difficult? When you use this process, it makes them easier, doesn't it? A lot easier. And you know what? I was a student teacher before I realized story problems aren't really that hard if you just understand the process. Okay? With that being said, we're going to move a little bit farther. Okay? Algebraic expressions. Today we are going to be working again with writing and evaluating expressions that represent real life situations. And we want to talk a little bit about what an algebraic expression is. An algebraic expression is an expression that may contain a variable, well, numbers, operations, and one or more symbols. Parts of an algebraic expression are called the terms. This is very important. A symbol that represents one or more numbers is called the variable. Okay? So, and I left your notes blank so that you could fill them in. So somebody tell me. The other thing is the numerical factor of a term that contains a variable is called its coefficient. And a term without a variable is called a constant. Okay. So we have 3 blanks up here. And we're going to fill in those 3 blanks with the proper label. Okay? So look at the 7 here. What do you think the 7 represents? Is it the variable, the coefficient, or the constant? Which is it going to be? What do you think, Chloe? Now, look at the definition. A symbol that represents one or more numbers is called a variable. Isn't that a number? Isn't the number 7 a number? So could it be a variable?
Yes.
No, it cannot, because it's a specific number. So it's not that one. We got rid of that one. Chance, what do you think?
Coefficient.
The numerical factor of a term that contains a variable. Good. It has a variable with it. So it is we call it the coef. That is the coefficient, okay? Now, by definition of what you've been given, how many terms does this expression have? Look at it again.
5.
If you... Parts of the algebraic expression are called the terms. And those parts are anything that is up there that is connected, in other words, that is not separated by an operation. There's only one operation that's separating things up there. So how many terms does it have, Kaylee? It has 2. Okay, this one has 2 terms. Okay, do you know what those terms are? If you look at that, can you tell me what the 2 terms are? What are they, Cashton? 7x and the number 15. Those are the terms in that expression. Absolutely correct. Okay, now then, that we've clarified that, what is the x? Is it the variable, the coefficient, or the constant? What is the x? It's the variable. Good. So what is the 15? That just only leaves one that we haven't used. And that's not the 15. And what is it, Miss Esri? No, Miss Jaden. Jaslyn.
The constant.
It's the constant. Why do we call this a constant? Why would we call it the constant? Ben? It has no variable, that's true. Is that number, is it always going to be the number 15 in this expression? Yes, it'll never change. That's like saying, if we're talking real world, that's like saying you pay $15 to go to the movies. But then you buy popcorn is $7. And this would tell me, I don't know how many popcorns you're going to buy, okay? So a minimum, if you're going to buy popcorn and you're going to go to the movies, what's the minimum amount of money you better take? The least amount of money you can take with you to go to the movies and buy a popcorn. How much money do you have to have, Cashton? $22. It would cost you a minimum of $22 going to the movie and I'm getting a popcorn.
Yeah.
Okay? Well, we didn't have that figured in. But the movie, the cost of the movie will never change. It's that much. Now, could you choose not to buy popcorn?
Yeah.
Sure you could. But if you're going to see the movie, you're going to pay that $15, aren't you? Okay? That's why the 15 is constant. All right? The variable can change because that depends on how many times you buy popcorn. Okay? That's the variable. Any questions on that? Okay? We're going to look here. Now we've got the definitions. We want to identify the terms, the coefficients, and the constants of the expression. Remember, what is an expression? How do you know these are expressions? Somebody tell me that. How do you know, Emmy, that these are that 5x plus 13 is an expression? Because it has what, babe? Nope. What's it missing that an equation has that it doesn't? It has no equal sign. No equal sign says it's an expression. The fact that we put a variable in it makes it an algebraic expression. Okay? It has to have one variable to be an algebraic expression. Okay, so how many terms are in this first one? A. How many terms are there? How many terms are there? There is 2. Good. And I didn't have that there, but I'm going to make a note. 2 terms. Okay? What are the terms? What are the terms?
5x and 13.
Good. What is the coefficient? We're just identifying. What is the coefficient? I don't see you writing, so I don't think you're going to know what we're doing. Braden, what's the coefficient?
5x.
Good try, but nope. What is the coefficient? Chance?
5.
The 5. Good. Why the 5 and not 5x?
Because the x is like what you don't know.
Right, and we call that, the x is the, what do we call the x? It's the
Variable.
variable. Good job. Good job. What's the constant? What is the constant? Esri. 13 is the constant. Good. Super easy. I want you to do B on your paper, and we're going to check it out. Okay? Everybody's doing B on their own. We've done a couple together. And I think I'm going to add to it number of terms, because I think that's important that you know to be able to do the rest. You got to figure out how many terms there are. Good, good. That works just like that. I like the way you did it. That's smart. And then, okay, now that one you got to look at. And this one. Okay, good try. I want you to do your best, and then we're going to talk about these. Okay, this one's a little bit difficult, isn't it?
Nope.
It's got something added to it that we didn't have. It's got more than one variable, doesn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so how many terms, show me with your fingers, how many terms are in B? How many terms do we have? We have 3 terms. We have 3 terms, okay? Because I have a term here, I have a term here, and I have the term there. There are 3 terms, okay? Get it back. Okay. All right, what are the terms? What are the terms? What are the terms, Jaden? 2z squared. Y. And 3. Does everybody agree with that? That's the list of the terms. Okay? Coefficient. What is or are the coefficients? What is or are the coefficients? Kaylee? I agree. 2 is a coefficient. Is there any other coefficient in that? What did you just say? Not y, because y is a variable. What do you think, Cole?
1.
Cole, why 1? You are so right. Why the number 1?
Because there's
You are so correct.
because the one number by or letter by itself.
Because the y is alone. Can I put the number 1? 1 times y was going to give you what? Y. Isn't 1 times y, y? So it's understood. We just know that it exists. We know that we could put the number 1 right there and it would not change a thing. So the other coefficient is the 1 that you don't see. It's understood that it's there. It's like understanding that there's a decimal behind the 3. You just know it's there, even though you don't see it. Correct? So what is the constant? What is the constant? You want to answer that, or you have another question?
The constant's 3, but that's really cool. Like, I wouldn't have thought about it that way.
Okay. But now you got it, right, babe? Okay. Any other questions, sir?
The variable would be
Actually, in this case, if we were asking about variables,
it would be y.
we have z
Z1.
squared. Well, actually, z is the variable there. No, that one's, I think I need to leave the squared there. Hang on a minute. We have z squared. That's one of my variables. And the other variable is the y. Okay? And actually, I think I've got to leave it that way because I would have z squared. If I had another z that wasn't squared, that would be a little bit different. Okay?
So the constant is 3.
The constant is the 3. Okay? And I kind of confused you, or could have confused you with this one right here, with the y. Okay? That might have caused a little bit of confusion. But the constant is the only one that does not have a variable. What if it was plus 3 plus 4? Would there be 2 constants then?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay? A constant does not have a variable attached to it. Chance.
Okay, so what if the 2, the exponent of 2 was above the 2?
Then I would have to simplify. If it was off by itself, it would be a term. But as long as it was connected to the z squared, if it was 2 squared z squared, that would all be one thing, and I'd have to simplify really that 2 squared, which would be 4, right? And so my coefficient then would be a 4 instead of 2 squared. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Identify the terms. So I've got the t's. I've got coef, and I have constants. Now, I did see Tyler kind of does something as he's getting started to help him. And he puts over here on this edge, I don't know if I've got enough space here. In this case, he would put the number 2 right there. And that tells him there are 2 terms. So that just helps keep it straight. So, let's do 1, 2, and 3. You should be able to do every one of these. And I'm going to ask you to go to the board and do number 1 for me. And then you're going to pop correct point out and choose somebody else. And I put a comma between them so that it doesn't all run together, you know what I mean? What's the coefficient?
I have it.
There you go. And what's the constant? The number that will never change. You see why? That number is always 12. This says multiply by whatever C is. So this number changes, but this never changes. It's solid, okay? Yeah. And would this change? Would the one have to? So in this case, there are 2 constants. You see that? The coefficient is always attached to the variable. And just like here, what's your coefficient? Coefficient of Z squared. What's your coefficient? Like what you talked about up here. So if there's not a number in front of it, what is its coefficient? Okay, so go ahead and do the rest of them. Okay, Emmy's going to do the first one for us. Good job, keep going. Now, if you go back to the, okay, you're leaning on the board, kiddo. And it don't like that. How do I get rid of everything here? There we go. Okay, the coefficient is the number that's attached to the variable. So is 12 attached to your variable? So you need to fix that, otherwise you got it. Okay, go ahead. Good job. Good job, kiddo. Okay, everybody understands the coefficient is that number attached to the variable. The constant is the number that never changes. When you see the 10C, that means I'm gonna multiply 10 by whatever C is. And I don't know what C is, but the 12 will always be 12, okay? You popcorn to somebody that's not been up. Somebody that's not been up, I need at the board. So you're gonna take number 2. Everybody else should have number 2 done. You're gonna check her and make sure that she knows what she's doing. Okay, keep going. So far, so good. She says the terms are 15, 3W, and 1/2. Do you agree, ladies and gentlemen? Thumbs up. We got that. What is the coef? Just pick up the eraser. There you go. Good. She says the coefficient is 3. So what are the constants? Excellent. Do you agree? 15 and 1/2 are the constants.
Yes.
Nice job. Thumbs up. Good.
Right.
I need you to choose somebody that's not been to the board and let them come up.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they have. Mr. Cole,
No.
sounds to me like you're up. Come on, buddy.
I didn't have my hand up. No cash cam.
Come on, Cole. Come help me.
No.
Go, Cole.
No.
Get the pen, get your paper and go.
Come on, Cole. Get up here and help me. You got this.
Nope.
I think bullet for you.
Okay. You got it.
Yeah.
So, put your terms up there. He says z squared and 9z. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Are we good, kiddos? Good. Coefficients. He says 9 and 1. Do you agree? Thumbs up? Good. Keep going. What's your constant? Do I have a constant? Okay. So I could say none, couldn't I?
0.
Well, if you said 0, then we'd have a 0 up here. But I don't. So in this case, there is no constant. None. Okay? Everybody good? Nice job. I'll take this. Have a seat. You guys have done a great job here. I'm telling you. All right? We're going to write the expression. If we can break that expression down, we're going to simplify this expression. How many d's are there?
4.
So 4 times d. That's what it says, isn't it? No, that's not what it says. What does it say, Cashton? Good. So Cashton, what should it be? There we go. Good job. Good job. Yes, sir. I was checking. Now, what do we do with B? I keep the 1 5/10, don't I? 1 5/10 H. What do I do with the H? Show me with your fingers. What should I put above that H? Good. I better have it cubed. Got it? 1 5/10 times H cubed. Do you see why we're not using the multiplication symbol though? We're not using an X anymore. Okay? Write it for me. Tell me what to write. Get it written on yours. We're doing this one right here. Good. What do I write on A? What's my expression gonna be? What's my expression, Josie?
J6.
J to the 6th, and that 6 has to be raised. Good. What is B? What is B? Graydon.
9K to the 5th power.
Good job. 9K to the 5th power. Mm-hmm.
Could you do J or 1J to the 6th power?
Could I put 1J to the 6th? I could, but do I need to? Because the multiplication property of identity says 1 times any number is that number. So I don't have to put the 1 there. I don't think you have this one on yours. Do you have, oh, because I had to print it later. Okay, so what does it mean to evaluate an algebraic expression? It means you're just going to substitute whatever they say that variable is worth. Okay? You substitute it in. And then you solve it using the order of operations. Okay? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to stop right there. You have no assignment.
What?
No assignment. You've worked hard today. No assignment. Line up.
Thank you, Miss Rachel. Nice to meet you.